Hello everybody, I'm not sure if we're live or not. I think we are. Welcome to the Cornell campus. Merry Christmas to all those who celebrate. I see somebody. Now let's just try to find a spot to see somebody. Someone is up on top of the vet school. Merry Christmas, everybody. I want to welcome you to the Cornell campus. Many people are tuned in just yet, but we have a hawk up on top of the vet school, so we might as well take a look. I'll try to lighten it up so we can maybe see who it is. I'm guessing this is Arthur, but I'm not positive. Anyway, let me tend to things, make sure we are up and running. Looks like we are. Just don't have many people tuned in. Hello, Donna. Welcome. And I'm guessing this is Arthur, but I'm not sure. It's been an interesting day in terms of hawk sightings. I did see 2 or 3 on my way here. Maybe it's just 2. But I saw my 3 neighboring adult red-tailed hawks before I left home this morning. So that was good to see. I kept looking and looking and looking, and at first I didn't see anybody. Hi, Dolph. I had to look in some at some trees, and there was snow in the trees here, in many spots. So it's hard to just look up at the trees from a distance for a bright spot. And eventually, I was lucky enough to see one. And then a little while later I looked again and I found out there were 2, and then I realized, oh no, the one that I originally saw was still where it was. So I had seen all 3, Betty, Barney, and Phoenix. Let's see if we can, I'm going to brighten this up a lot so we can see the face maybe a little bit. I should have done that already when it was looking our way. I think it does look like Arthur. Hello, Boo. I hear some crows. I can't see them yet, but I hear them. I'd say that does look like Arthur. We're not getting our very best look. The lighting is challenging, and maybe we should go... See, I'm afraid if we go... if I go to the other side of the building, I might not be able to see, because of the building itself, I might not be able to see Arthur here. It's about 20 degrees here, so it's cold. Actually, on my way here, I saw that it was in the single digits. I believe I saw as low as 6 on my way here, and then and I stopped looking after a while. And then eventually, when I was here in Ithaca, I looked and I realized, I was surprised that it was reading 20 degrees. So, and it's not terrible. I see a gull of some sort behind me in the air. We're going to look around the campus here a little bit, and then we're going to head up to Montezuma. We're going to, let's see if we can, we're going to, I think, drive and see if we get a better view of Arthur. We'll try to continue, we'll continue looking for Big Red. I'm guessing... Quiet, Ferris. Actually, that's fine. Oh, I do see a couple of those crows. Okay, they're behind us. not sure if many students are around. I don't know if they've finished, the whole exam season. They might have, they might not have. I really don't know. Today is the 19th. I would not be surprised if there are a couple exams still to be had, but I don't know for certain. Oh yeah, as I feared, looking back at the building, I cannot see Arthur from here. You know what? Let's go straight. That was my fear, that he was on the other side of that whatever you call that thing on top of the building, and we would not be able to see him. And sure enough, we cannot. So it's a sunny day. It's still reading 20 degrees. Ithaca, you can see, has had a significant snowfall. I'm not sure how much Ithaca received. If you may have seen on MeWe, I posted a photo I took of my own snowfall, and I can assure you I have plenty. I did shovel all that out, by the way. Luckily, the snow that fell my way, I don't know about the snow here, I'm guessing it's roughly the same, but the snow that I had was on a relative basis, pretty light and powdery, so there was a lot of it in terms of volume, and believe me, it's been a challenge in many areas to find a place to store it until it melts. But it wasn't, really wet, heavy snow. And really, that's a good thing. It made it a lot easier to shovel and get rid of it. I have to admit, I did not shovel it all by hand. I did some shoveling by hand, certainly, but I have various machines to help me out. It all started, for us, started Wednesday night. So, it started in the afternoon, and, so it started in the afternoon, and then really started to hit hard Wednesday evening. And, so I was home, having driven through some of the snow on the way home. It wasn't, no big deal. Then later on, and I kept an eye on things, later on I thought, and I saw a neighbor shoveling, and I thought, well, maybe I should get out there and shovel. I don't want it to get too deep ahead of me. And we were expecting, I think, anywhere from 12 to 18 inches of snow. And so anyway, I went out there. There wasn't much. I mean, certainly enough to shovel. Used one of my machines on it, and made quick work of it. Quite honestly, I was kind of eager to try the machine. I had bought it last year and never used it last year. Just as things worked out, it just really didn't snow again last year. So anyway, I cleaned up, and it was no big deal. And I kept an eye on things, and I thought, okay, probably maybe I'll do it later again. And it was really snowing heavily. And so I did some other things, got some exercise, and then I thought, okay, after exercise I'll go and take a look and see how it looks, and I'll probably end up doing it. And I realized that I'd have to dress up again, and first cool off and then dress up again to go outside. And so I was done. I looked out the window. Yeah, there's snow. It was really snowing pretty hard with some wind. And I said, no, you know what? I'm not going to do it. It's snowing hard. I've often in the past when I've done shoveling, and when it's actually snowing at the time, you feel defeated when by the time you're done, you look back at where you already cleared and it's already has an inch or two on it. So I thought I wasn't going to do it, and then I changed my mind. I said, no, I better do it. I don't want to have a problem tomorrow where the snow is deeper than my machine. So I did it again, several inches this time, at least, I don't know, it must have been 4 or 5 inches, I think. And I did almost all of it. The only thing I didn't do was at the end of my driveway, which, a plow had come along, and, from the street, not only did I have my, the snow that had fallen naturally there, I had what the plow deposited there. So it was a big pile there, and I decided, you know what, I'm going to leave it, because I know that they're going to be plowing again, and this is very deep, and it was snowing a lot, and I thought, I'll have to get that tomorrow. But it shouldn't be too bad, because, I've just cleared this, and I'll have whatever else comes down, and that'll be it. So I went inside, and I was hoping to, find that all very helpful. Following morning, this is Thursday morning now, I would have, I was expecting some on the driveway, certainly. And it was well deeper than my machine, even though I had cleared it the night before twice. And so I ended up clearing all that again. It took me a good long time. Had to do it slowly, and it's in many places there was a challenge just being able to have the machine throw the snow high enough to go over the banks. We must have received, depending on the numbers you hear, must have received 3 feet or so when it all was said and done. Maybe more. Oh, I see something up ahead. I just saw something. 2 somethings, actually. One smaller than the other. It looked like one smaller one. I don't know if it was chasing after a larger bird or not. They both looked dark though, so I don't know if they were if it was a smaller bird chasing a crow or what. Let's keep looking around. So anyway, dealt with all that snow on Thursday. Still had a lot at the end of my driveway. Whatever else was deposited on top of the pile that was already there. And I actually didn't deal with that until Friday morning, and you might say, well, didn't you want to, what if you wanted to go somewhere? Well, it didn't matter, because there must have been, the plow had come through on Wednesday night, and as I had said, and deposited onto my driveway, and had cleared the road once. There must have been at least 2 feet of snow on the road all day Thursday, until sometime overnight, Thursday night into Friday, the plow came through again, and pretty much cleared the road. And as of this morning, the road is not like by no means is it perfect, but it's certainly passable. You just have to be careful. Snow all over the place. When I saw, and I'll say this, I because I had cleared everything or so much on Thursday morning, a good part of my driveway was actually bare pavement, dry, completely dry. And so I could tell in that otherwise it was a sea of white. I could tell when the plow went through, although before that, I couldn't really distinguish the road from like the other areas just because it was all covered in white. And when I saw yesterday morning that yes, in fact, the plow had come through, and I was worried that they wouldn't because I had heard they just really abandoned all the side streets and everything, all the non-major roads. I was excited. I was thrilled because it meant I was wondering if maybe there would be no tour today if I couldn't get out. But I'm here, and we're looking around for hawks. We'll look around a little bit longer, and if we don't find somebody very soon, well, we'll start making our way to Montezuma. I'd like to go there. It will undoubtedly be different today than it was last week. Now, last week there was no snow on the ground. Arthur is still up there on the top of the vegetable. I can see him. There was no snow on the ground last week, and we were able to go just about anywhere. And now with cold weather and snow and ice everywhere, things I have to imagine are very different. So, last week we climbed that tower that overlooks the main pool that is surrounded by Wildlife Drive. Well, today I won't be doing that. Even if it were warm right this moment, it's not a matter of comfort. My suspicion, I guess I could go up there and check when we're there. My suspicion is that once things have frozen over and been covered by snow, there's a lot less to draw the birds there in the first place. So little or no reason for us to be there is my suspicion. And that's what I've said right along about Wildlife Drive, for instance. Yes, it's officially closed, but even if it were open, and even if they kept it, clear of snow so we could drive on it, if everything else is covered in snow and ice, there's little point. And by the way, I did see yesterday while shoveling and just outside, I saw a number of flocks of Canada geese. And speaking of Canada geese, I see 7 of them in the air right now, flying to our left. Granted, I'm not, I don't usually spend all that much time outside near my home. It's, but yesterday I was, but I don't believe, I've seen all that many flocks of geese lately. But this is just a suspicion. Just a guess. My suspicion is that with winter weather having come to upstate New York, it's my, again, guess that many of the geese that had, stopped somewhere north of, of us, decided, okay, time to move on. Let's continue south. That's my guess. They rest in various places where it's suitable, and we see that with ducks sometimes too. And I'm, wondering if today, for instance, on the way to Montezuma, we might end up seeing in Cayuga Lake, we might end up seeing, oh, thanks, ducks, flocks of ducks that would have otherwise remained in Montezuma if they could, or somewhere further north. Maybe not Montezuma, but somewhere further north. I have looked at the various perches of Bradfield already, and I haven't seen anybody up there. You know what? Hold on. Let me back up. There's one. Well, there are a couple that I might not have been able to see properly. I don't believe Ithaca received as much snow. Oh, hold on. Okay, a number of gulls are flying. I don't know where they came from. They're in the distance there. I don't see anybody on Bradfield. Well, I think we're going to start making our way towards Montezuma. We've seen Arthur anyway, so he was good to see. As usual. When is he not? When is he not good to see? I already heard this. have all the music set to play at random, so who knows what will play in what order. No particular order, just so you know. as we drive there, I may lose you here and there because of, you know, poor signal. Pigeons up on the wires, and it looks like we have some gulls out on the water. Well, and the water has some ice on it. I'm not sure if the gulls are on ice or if they're in like an open area of water. Looks like ice. Seen 24, but it's down to 23. Is Cayuga Lake. Well, not quite yet, we're almost there, but it will be to our right in just a few moments. And the very end of it looks like it has at least a coating of ice on it. See any flocks of ducks down there. I may have seen a few ducks, but no, certainly not a large flock. Well, actually, there's a significant number, but not huge numbers. Maybe we'll see. We won't pull over now, though. qualifies as holiday music, but it's always nice to hear this time of year. My favorite things. And that was John Coltrane's version of it. one thing about this snow, as I mentioned, it was relatively powdery, and so it didn't really, I mean, sure, it stuck to tree limbs and twigs and branches, but not, not especially. I mean, instead of seeing like every single inch of tree and twig and branch covered by snow, it's been a lot less than that, just the wider areas and everything. And that was from the start. It wasn't just a matter of it, being on there and then fell off quickly. And but this morning, at least where I was, looked out the window, and everything was covered perfectly. And not with snow, but it was all white and frosty. And I had seen just prior to that, in the forecast, I'm not sure if it was for here or for my area or what, but it was talking about like a freezing fog, and I suspect that's what went through overnight. Fog went through, and or at least very moist air, and then it froze to the branches and twigs and everything. So I mean, everything was like covered in like a very thin frost or ice or something. See a crow to our right? Just wanted you to know. Much of that may have melted by now, just from sunshine.